Driver, I'm sorry to interrupt. I know you've got a lot on your plate, but if you get a moment, I sent you something through the pneumotubes. Think of it as a personal project. It's not urgent.
Well, thank you, Francis, but if you don't mind, I just sat down. And immediately face to face with one of the boldest and most iconic images of the Olympic exclusion zone. This place of desolation and beauty where we ultimately found our home. After all, after everything we've been through, who'd want to leave? Thankfully, this is not our ride. But this is, because for us, this is taking place immediately after the end of the main story. So, just a warning, if you haven't seen my main series or played the game yourself, there may be some spoilers for that. But we're not interested in that right now. What we're interested in is the newly released Whispers in the Forest DLC, in which we explore a whole new area of the zone, and with a title like that, I don't know much about this. Maybe we'll be delving more into the mystery and possibly even horror of this. Something which was touched on, but never fully explored in the base game. But what am I doing getting ahead of myself? Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Pacific Drive. And in the main story, we took our beat-up old rust bucket and turned it into a formidable survivor in the zone. This thing is decked out with so much technology and equipment, you'd never even recognize it from when it was first discovered. But it's probably in pretty rough shape, considering all the stuff we got up to last time. And you'll forgive me if I'm a little bit slow in getting back into the swing of things. This is a game with a fair bit of complexity, and it's been over a year since I'd played at this stage. But thankfully, we've got an upgraded workshop, and I'm sure we'll get back into it fairly quickly. Let's see what Francis has sent us. Ooh. A whole bunch of decals, some parts, and the Zeddy connection upgrade.
Thank you. I won't waste your time, I promise. I just would like to put a suspicion to rest. A while ago, I found out about something Oppie had been working on. She told me she was trying to map out, or at least track, unreachable areas within the zone. The instability constantly scrambles the landscape, so the method to even map destabilized areas has to be dynamic to stay accurate. Her working theory was that if you could trace the physical matter itself, you could determine a stable layout and a path to it. I don't know what state her prototype is in now. I don't think she ever got it working. But I think I have my own working theory. I know there's a lot happening, so I'll save the details for later. But if you could just help me out, it'd mean a lot to me. You have to understand, Oppie would never work with anyone on this, let alone me. And I just have a hunch. Look around for the machine. She called it the Zeddy system. Huh? She keeps everything, so it has to be somewhere in that garage. Probably. When you find it, go on and install the hardware I sent you. That should get it up and running, and that should connect me.
Sounds like you don't think she'd want you doing this. Right over here. Well, what she doesn't know won't hurt us, right? Okay, if we hold it like that.
Well, this is quite different. No wonder Oppie abandoned this. The source of this data is quite old, but with my additions, it does seem to have updated the locations when you booted it up. This isn't the kind of map Oppie talked about wanting to make, but I think we can make this work to track a specific location despite the instability. This will be similar to planning a route, but it might be a challenge, Driver. I'm really not sure what to expect.
Oh, there's the title screen, wow. Thank you for purchasing the Whispers in the Woods expansion. To access expansion content, simply follow the mysterious signal. Will do, but tell you what, I'm not going anywhere new until I figure out how to repair all this. I see there's some status effects on these things. We've got broken glass and all kinds of damage. Well, okay. I need to refamiliarize myself with this before we do anything else. So what tools do we have at our disposal? We got the Astropunk helmet sticker, the Astro Gator. Wait, what is the Astro Gator? First of all, let's sit in our chariot once more. Oh, that bobblehead. I remember. Oh, so much is coming back to me. It seems like the things in the worst shape are our side fuel tanks and that back panel there. We've got that shifter. Dude, this is so cool. This is like living out all my Back to the Future fantasies, except there's so much more for us to do. How I'd love to have a passenger in this moment, but, okay, this all needs to be fixed up before we can go anywhere. It's your own project, you know? Your evolving vehicle that just comes along with you for every journey. It's like a character all its own, and it changes to reflect you. Oh no, it's a bobblehead. Well, that is a cool one, don't get me wrong, but I think we're gonna hold on to In Memoriam. Never forget, ride together. Okay, we need to figure out how exactly we're doing this, and we've got so many busted parts on the ground as well that can probably be broken down for scrap. Okay, what we need is repair putty. Oh, and look at all of those components we have. I'm sure we'll go through them quite quickly, but for now I'm not concerned with that. So we can repair that. Okay, this is coming back to me. You are definitely in need of repairs. We'll do the back door with its weirdness floating back there. Wow, I've forgotten how much crazy technology is in here. What do we have put away? We've got blowtorches, right. We were mostly using that instead of the repair putty. We've got some extra fuel, some tools, some health. Okie dokie. Yeah, there's an absolute ton. They say there's a motel at the center of the zone that still operates as if nothing has happened. It checks in guests and offers them cable. The ice machine kills one person every night. Night 44, help. I legitimately don't know if that's actually something we might encounter or not. We do have a tape to put away, which I presumably would have listened to last time. But otherwise, I think we should be good to go. Because I think if we do a regular run, I'll be able to get back into the swing of things and get a feel for what I do and don't have. So let's check the route planner. I don't remember how to play. I feel like I'm playing for the first time with, like, advanced equipment that I don't know how to use. Wait, if I physically put you in drive, now we can go. Now, how do I use headlights? Not like that. That's for healing at the cost of energy. That's the parking brake. Lights. How... Well, with those, wow, I had forgotten how bright we had upgraded to. Well, let's head down that road once more. It's so weird. I had built up such a confidence, and it's all gone now. And yet I'm wrapped in the ultimate safety blanket. Okay, so our goal is there. We are going to here. Start out with Zone 1, then I think we move to Zone 2. Here we are in those foggy forests once more. Oh, I had forgotten just how atmospheric this game could be. Those wrecks beside the road, the remnants of the world that came before. And oddly enough, it's the human construction that seems to be an intrusion here. We may as well be on the surface of another planet altogether. Now, if I remember rightly, we've got some time to explore around, but eventually the instability will catch up with us. And we'll have to make a run for it. Maybe not until the end, though. Because right here, we've just got all the low-risk, low-reward stuff. Wait, I've forgotten how much of this is manual. I think there's keys for all of it, but it's like not what you'd expect, or something. There we go. But we have better tools for this now, don't we? We can pick up that scrap metal. No, what we really want is the plasma scrapper, from which we can get all manner of this stuff. It even sucks that stuff in on its own. Oh, and I almost feel like I need to play the actual game's tutorial again. Can't chop that down. We are also running into some radiation. But I think I have some level of protection against it. Now, what is our personal lantern like? Not bad at all, really, but it doesn't last too long. Okay, it's coming back to me pretty quickly, and as the darkness sets around us, I definitely think I'm ready to go home now. Even already. Although there is... I do remember this much. We need to get that limb energy from these points. I'm not sure how we stand on that, but dude, just look at this. The shadows from the swaying grass in our headlights, the darkness falling all around us, looking off into the woods. I remember now why I love this game so much. Dude, I don't remember the hotkeys. Keep hearing something I really don't like. Oh, it's you guys. Those blades in the ground. Okay, we'll be careful when crossing over your territory. Move around those things. If I remember rightly, those make your car go haywire. Yes, it's all coming back. Here we are. Okay. And I believe we've also got the appropriate tires so that if need be, we can also go back off-road. Oh, hey, you guys? Right, you. You guys are a whole problem and a half. Get off, you. You're causing all manner of instability. Broken bunnies. There we go. How much damage did I do to my own vehicle with that? Well, we can get some stuff from you. Closest thing this game has to enemies. I'm blinded by my own lights. You guys seem to desist the moment you meet any resistance, though. Oh, you guys cause problems to our headlights. I think only one of you might be working now. Well, there are ways to discharge that, I just don't remember what they are. Now, I remember we used the magnetic hammer for this. Shatter. Avoid your beams of death. Shatter. And shatter. And then we switch to the thermal vac and get all that stuff for ourselves. Perfect. See, there's a lot going on, but it's not a complicated game. It's a real good thing that old me is allowing current me to inherit all this stuff. Wow. You are doing all sorts of nonsense to me. Wait, no, not the lights. Where's the wipers? There? This may be pretty quirked up. You know what? Let's just thank him for the tunes. Nothing wrong with that. The soundtrack in this game is fantastic. Although nothing quite hits the same level as this game's flagship song. The one that plays when you first enter the outskirts of the exclusion zone. But hey, a little bit of music, it definitely makes us feel less alone, right? Into the tunnels. Oh, you guys again. The exploding mannequins, don't forget them. Okay, there's definitely stuff for us over here. I swear this game is a screenshot generator. How have I not played this more in my own time? Alright, let's leave that going. There may be goodies in here. Can we pry that off? There we go. That breaks that one. We can collect all this stuff. Fabric, certainly useful. Oh man, we're full on inventory. We can just press T to take everything. Sorry guys, I know you came here for the DLC, but I really, really need this crash course. No, you don't. You are coming for me. And sometimes I do wonder if these things are actually sentient. Wait, did we break our vacuum, or did I accidentally put it back? Either way, I can collect this stuff manually. I'm hearing things out there. No, you hear that, right? I hear whispers. Okay, whatever this is, it's not just confined to whatever the new areas are. Something is definitely amiss here. Okay, let's grab this. Radiation, radiation, radiation. Nope, in you go, in you go. There you are. And we absorb that energy. That's what's gonna allow us to get out of here in the end. But that doesn't give us very much. Oh, right, I remember. We have to get a certain amount or we won't be able to leave once we reach the end of the road. So it's actually critical that we get everything. What a mood whiplash getting back in and hearing that radio blare. But at this point, it's welcome. I'd forgotten how tough it is going off-road in this. But once we reach road, we should be golden. We should be near that limb energy and a straight shot to the exit. Come on. Almost there. Made it. Sorry, car. We've also got a limited amount of energy, although we do have ways to recharge, I think even from rain. Rain or wind, I don't remember which, actually. Okay, let's turn that radio off. We need to take this a bit seriously right now. Oh, hey, you. We're gonna have to back up a little bit. Here comes the instability! That was nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Oh, and here come you guys. Now is not the time, really. Alright, put you in. Oh my god. Get off. All of you. All of you. You're introducing quirks, aren't you? All the while. Come on. And here it comes. Alright, let's get out of here. Guys, turning things on once more. I don't know where that jump goes, so I'm not taking it. The bounce of this. Imagine playing this with a sim rig. I think the controls are a bit too complicated, but I would love to come back and do this with a wheel and pedals. We're still okay. Just gotta pick up the pace a little. My worry right now is that there's not gonna be enough limb energy for us to get home. In we go. And next we're heading here. Not quiet radio. Right now, I just want to indulge in the eerie darkness. In this place where the apocalyptic reality becomes more like, I don't know, apocalyptic fantasy? All I care about is getting home, and I think based on what we've got, we should be able to manage that. Still, we're in a place where there may be different kinds of resources to gather. So while we're here, we probably should, so long as we're careful where we cross. I think the comparison I always drew was that being here feels like being on the bottom of the ocean. Like no light reaches here but what we bring with us. And all the flora is entirely alien. Alright, we're gonna go down this way. We're gonna... Actually, no. No. Look, there's a gas station at the center. There's a gas station at the center, which means we can fill up there. Not that we really need to. What am I hearing out there? Oh, it's a you! I forget what you guys do. But at least you're not one of those flying guys. You might actually be causing the disruptions. Yep. I think that's just about guaranteed now. What is going on? Yeah, you're causing all kinds of weirdness. And wait, wipers off. Even the radio starts behaving weirdly on contact with you. Alright, well, let's turn those lights on again. Everything seems to be okay. I'm sure we're going to be coming back with all sorts of quirks. It's like touching something unclean. You just know you're going to have to give this thing a thorough scrubbing when we get home. Alright. There's our first bit. Oh, right, I forgot. There's different kinds of energy. This is the unstable, and there was a third kind as well. Yep. There you go, push you in. We're getting back into the swing of things. Accidentally holding E for too long can be disastrous. And it seems like all the potential exits are along this road, so I'm not actually very worried right now. Still, once we pull into that gas station, we should probably stop for some repairs. Here we are. Look at these hanging trees only revealed in our headlights. We may as well fill up while we're here. It is crazy how inviting these things feel. They may be as abandoned as anything else, but, well, they're the only things with the lights on. Dum-de-dum. Man, I feel like such a tourist right now. Oh man, these things are nothing compared to the pumps we've got back home. Those things are so accelerated. You know what? I don't really care that much. Let's see what we've got inside. Might as well claim our free souvenir, the bee. I never really cared that much about customization. Let's scrap these electronic parts. Those are always valuable. What else? Get all that. And all that. Keep your eye on the road. I'll try. I mean, I always feel like the road is keeping an eye on me more than anything. Look at this. It's just this one little scene in the middle of a black abyss. It makes me feel so small every time. Red glows in the distance. Oh, and there is stuff around here. Fortunately, this is just a regular dumpster and not a friendly dumpster. Let's do some fixing just to make sure these things don't get too broken. I actually remember having the ability to make these blowtorches was always a big deal, because they're very resource intensive, but also very useful for field repairs. Even the headlights can be repaired this way. Sounds like there's something nasty out there, but that should get us going. This tire is gonna need a fix. Actually, how do we make a sealing kit? I don't quite remember. Sealing kit. We can make one here. It's just it takes rubber, which we don't have a lot of. There we go. Maybe we can get some more. This should do it if we were to find it anywhere. This other wheel is actually completely destroyed, so I'm gonna remove it. We can break that down back at base, but I actually do carry a spare for just reasons such as this, and I saw it somewhere. Yes, right here. Let's put that in our hands. And place you on. Perfect. Break you down for the parts. We might as well. We could maybe even build another wheel right here. But I definitely don't want to be high and dry in the event of needing to rush out of here. The race begins momentarily. In it goes. And now we just need to figure out where we want to go. Gateway too close. Right, we need to get further down the road. Alright, now somebody's far enough. So let's link to you. And let's go. We can see it in the distance. Oh, I had forgotten this rush. Let's not risk going over the mountaintop. Potentially risk going over here, provided we don't hit that guy. We'll cleave right through us. Ow. Come on. I can't move. If I can't see the road, I can't do much. It's going to be closing in on us. I don't need your wisps of energy reminding me of how little time we actually have. Yeah, going over road may actually be the way here. Good, we're back at the gas station. Oh, that slows us down so much. Alright, nope, come on. Come on. In we go. Worth it? Probably. Oh, corrupted was the other energy type.
Never thought I'd say it, but I kind of wish Avi was here to see this, don't you?
I wonder how much the dialogue actually changes depending on where you do this, because the store page says that the DLC can take place pretty much any time starting from a few hours in. Well, let's count our trick-or-treats. This thing is in rough shape. Olympium fragments and swamp coral. We got some good stuff from those dumpster pearls. But then we can put everything into this transfer trunk, and then transfer everything from the transfer trunk to one of these. We're gonna make a new high-capacity battery just so that we don't have to listen to this thing all the time. So just throw it in there. I think I remember pretty much how to play. I mean, there's still some abilities of the car that I haven't been making use of, but, you know, we'll get into that as we go. We came here to see the DLC, and that's what we're gonna do. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. High-capacity battery. That requires circuit boards. We only got one, but I'm sure we can make more. And just keep the configuration exactly as is. Now, if we look at stuff like this, the hydro generator, so we do get power from rain. We can charge you up, hopefully to full. Charge me up, hopefully to full. Now let's move you back onto the platform. Oh, and we're also going to have to do something about that windshield, of course. We're going to make ourselves a brand new off-road tire just to have as a spare. And I think we'll be ready to go. It's all about being able to get ourselves out of a jam. This is a game where a little planning goes a long way. Alright, I'd forgotten about whatever this thing is. Let's plan a trip into the Whispers. Oh my. I restored some confidence, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't still quite nervous. Into the wild yonder. At least a little light in the sky reassures me. Angry abductors. Abductors move faster, so you guys are still going to be around. In addition to whatever else. Well, at least we've got some light. That's a little more pleasant, and it is technically a Zone 1. But still, there's something out here. I think before we go to our objective, it would be a great idea to get some limb energy. Well, seems the rain is here. I had forgotten how fantastic this looks. Oh man. The sense of safety I feel sitting in this steel bubble while the entire world goes insane around me. That's what's so great about road trips, and especially one where you have to plan like this against so many dangers. It's about making yourself feel safe and insulated, even amidst all this. Oh, there's some of them angry abductors. Have some flares to toss if we need them. The best bet is just to run. Now I believe we also have our limb shield, which we can use to protect ourselves from damage. I'm learning about a lot of this just from the glance I had at the car while trying to repair it. I haven't really identified any quirks in the moment, so maybe we're still good. Don't fix it till it breaks, that's what I say. Avoid the abductors. Oh, that bounce. And I love those little bits of leaf and plant matter that just stick themselves to your windshield. It's so realistic. Look at you, standing still in the rain. Barely visible over the tops of the tall grass. Let's go for it. I don't want to see you moving while I'm not looking. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? No, none of you would do that to me. I know I can trust you. Is that energy? Nope. Ready to move. Yep. Thank you! Thank you, Anomaly, for bouncing me up and out of there. Unfortunately, it was not quite enough. There's something up with our doors now. Even the rough terrain can actually really mess you up. Okay, it seems like it considers us to have enough to get out of here. But of course, we are not even remotely done yet. Seems like the weather is getting worse by the minute. Hang on. Question, is that new? Oh no, Arta sucks. I thought it was going to be some kind of, like, creepy messaging from a woods cult. I suppose it could be. Okay, we always want to get what we can from electronics. And this, need more rubber. All good things. Ooh, there's a document. SRR meeting minutes number 3. There we go. Meeting minutes, January 15th, 1950. Agenda. Issues arising from Stanley Reginald, Robinson's minute-taking. Wait, that screwed me up, but that may be the joke. Correct use of Oxford comma. Appropriate levels of alcoholic consumption during versus after SRR meetings. Effects of latter upon former. Arising concerns. Dr. Ophelia Turner articulated a difficulty being heard amongst lively male discussion. Dr. Ophelia Turner presented data detailing number of interruptions by other SRR members. Action items. Members to raise their hands before speaking during presentations. Open discussion to be mindful of interruption. Reginald, Stanley, Robinson. To catalog all such. AOB. Whiskey tasting, courtesy of Dr. Ophelia Turner. I love how you can feel the passive aggression from Oppie, or at that point, probably just regular aggression. Whoever wrote the document was trying to save face on that part. Not that she's the one that needed to save face. Okay, everybody else seems to be closed. All that. Nope. All that. I think what's happening is I'm accidentally pressing Y. Hey, you! I didn't know you guys could be indoors. Ow, that counts! That didn't even touch you. Take. Ooh, battery jumper. No, take. If nothing else, we can break it down. Yeah, these ARTA facilities, they always have the better gear than just random roadside attractions. Oh wait, are you gonna need to be broken into? Oh yeah, this is definitely a game for the loot goblins. And all that. Well, I think our problems regarding those rubber pieces are over. What was that? Okay, thankfully you didn't take from me. Can I trust that you won't? Who am I kidding? Of course I can't. But at least the weather is cleared up, and I got to experience that from indoors. Not even bothering with the back right now. I do have them. There we go. And there we go. How do I fix these? How do I discharge them? There is none. I guess it's just something we live with. Well, at least we've been getting a free charge all this time. Now it feels more like a real road trip. Although not necessarily my ideal road trip. I mean, I'm just saying, I wasn't complaining before. Another one as well, the Mailman 3. Are you kidding me? Someone's pouring liquid into the pneumatube system. Usually it's coffee. Other times it's cough syrup or soap solutions. I'm baffled. Firstly, why? Secondly, everyone's denied responsibility. We installed sensors to trace its source, and as far as we can tell, the liquid just appears. There are no entry points, no cracks in the tube, no leaks in packages. How is this possible? It's a series of tubes. No fancy limb shenanigans. I need to get to the bottom of this immediately. Oh, well, we saw where this all ended up. I remember that. Then again, mailman conspiracies are kind of a trope at this point. Still never found Pepe Sylvia, as far as I know. Yeah, I'm not going to bother grabbing the other anchor right now. I think we don't want to be causing further instability right now. You're going to cause some issues as we approach. Yep, I knew that. Everything's springing up all at once around here. Let's shift. Forward. And around. These traps now. I believe there is actually a way to identify them, I just don't remember what it is. Like, I remember I had gotten pretty good at seeing those traps before getting to them. Okay, here are some potential issues. We might have to toss a flare. What is all that, and is it going to get near me? Just looks like some normal forest cabins and some sort of geysers. I don't actually remember if I had seen those anomalies before. Anything of use here? Let me out. That's just a regular TV somehow still on after all these years. Why am I even questioning that part? Hello. Thank you. That's a big transformer for the middle of these parts. Well, there's clearly something here. Scan the mysterious effigy. You're probably talking about that, right? Look at this. There's wisps. They look sort of like those shards we harvest from the other zones. And that eye looks a lot like the poster we saw in the gas station. I love dynamic foreshadowing, you know that? A roughly assembled sculpture made of metal scrap and wood. It's broadcasting a mysterious signal that the arc device picked up. Doesn't seem like we can harvest these things, although would doing so really be a good idea in this moment? Other than that, though, there's no sign of anyone, but this definitely doesn't seem like something Arda would have done. This looks like something that happened well after this stopped being monitored. Okay. It would seem we've lost our charge. That's good. So let's get ourselves out of here. Let's go for the nearest gate. Hopefully Francis can make something of this, because I sure can't. No, you don't. I wish I remembered how all this stuff works. Don't you touch me, saw blade of death. No time to get out and grab you. Should have no trouble making it, though. And, whoop, out. Way we go. Hello? Somebody's been here.
Do not be alarmed. We of the Harmonic Fellowship extend our warmest welcome. You have a promising future here in the zone, and we only wish to help you achieve your maximum potential.
No follow-up to that? Okay. Hope you won't mind if I stick around and make some repairs. Look at what they did to this place. Okay, that's not really helping me any. That's too bright. The Whispering Chart.
Please accept this humble gift. We believe it'll be of great interest to you and that special little remnant of yours.
You're telling me to put it into the Zeti system. The Altar of Fellowship. If it is to live up to its name, then the Fellowship must, by definition, connect with others. They must branch out, communicate. The first step in creating those enduring bonds comes from the Fellowship sharing its message. Are you ready to listen? Well, I'll listen if eventually it'll lead to you telling me what you've done with Francis. Oh right, I forgot, he's not actually living here. Maybe you haven't done anything with Francis, but either way, I would like to speak with him again very much. I really didn't expect this to escalate so quickly in this way. Let's get our power back.
I can only imagine how difficult your journey here has been thus far, but it doesn't have to be that way. Our fellowship has spent decades researching zone phenomena. The true potential of what we can realize here is within our grasp. We'd like to share what we've learned with you. Should you wish to accept our helping hand, follow that map to our sector. We of the Harmonic Fellowship welcome you, and I am but its humble steward.
This is a whole new campaign with a whole new map. And I'll be honest, if you're sharing, I'm willing to as well. This is so creepy. Actually, I'm pretty sure at this point that that whole signal was actually just a way to lure us out so that they could come in and leave all of this while we were away. And the idea that there was actually someone intelligent out there, someone watching us, it's a feeling we probably had from the beginning, but when you spend enough time here, you start to wonder whether any of these things, even the moving anomalies, are even really alive. The others is a concept that's always in the back of your mind, but eventually pushed out. Until now. Oh, now I remember what was so difficult about the blowtorch. It needs marsh eggs. Well, we've got another one now, but we are definitely, to complete this DLC, gonna have to make some other trips out into the zone. Ones that don't necessarily benefit us directly in the moment. Let's start planning then. The next thing is revealed to us. A tuned gateway. Wait, no, these have their whole own set of different conditions. Artifacts can be sacrificed here to open a gateway back to the auto shop. Twilight Thicket. Dawn is a distant memory in this part of the zone, which never ever sees the sun. Let's go. Oppie dedicated her life to science, and that's what's gotten us this far. What we're seeing here looks far more like religion. And oddly enough, they seem to know their stuff. Oh. Let's get a move on then. $3. Also, Altar of Records. This altar offers you audio tape number 1, so presumably that's our first main objective. It's got its own creepy load screens and everything. Like some huge creature towering over the forests while simultaneously blending in with it. Well, this place doesn't look so bad. That tunnel up ahead may be a different story.
I'm delighted that you've accepted our invitation. Here in this harmonic sector, you'll find the surface of what we can achieve together. Find them, and we can begin.
So it's a scavenger hunt, is it? Also, you're not speaking to me over the radio, but a loudspeaker system placed throughout the forest. I don't know why I find that so much creepier. I see you've got your symbols dangling from the other end. We've officially crossed into your territory. As if that could be any more clear. Right, where are we going? It seems just up ahead. Something tells me this might be it. I'll keep that car close at hand. An audio tape in a nest inside what looks like a cult effigy. There's just something really cool about the clash of, like, reverence and science.
Should you choose to walk down this path without fellowship, those tapes will lead you to the rites. Listen to them in a safe place. But our favors do not end there. Allow us to bestow more upon you.
I'm still just waiting for the catch. Meantime, we need to move forward and find an artifact. Now it really is Stalker. Painted right over the caution sign. And here comes the rain once more. And we're having problems with one of our tires just from going off-road.
Artifacts after decades of careful study. They're vessels of endless possibility, each with their own distinct triggers and effects. When you find them, choose carefully. They can be extremely helpful for those who are worthy, but they can also cause harm, given the wrong set of parameters.
So what are said parameters? That feels like something I should know. Either way, it seems like we retrieve these things in much the same way. Oh, we've got to make a choice. Withering Pain invokes anomalous effects when in your possession. Decreases synergy. When nature is destroyed, your health decreases. Oh, these are like passive effects on us. And they can be broken down into other things. As with everything in the zone, they're made from what it was able to pull from. Now there's this one. While car is not facing north, headlights get brighter. That seems much less of a problem in the moment. And we'll be able to see it all the time.
Things must live in harmony, and artifacts embody this lesson most of all. You must balance the number of artifacts in your care. If you take too many, you'll quickly learn the consequences.
Okay, so note, make a save and then learn the consequences. Actually, the roguelike nature of this game makes that more difficult. We can disable a lot of those things, but I usually don't do that unless it becomes a problem. Wow. Get through there. We need to make it back to the road, but the bridge is completely destroyed. Actually, the road isn't just destroyed, it's pretty much gone. Up there is where we need to be. So much for off-road tires, huh? I mean, it really did not take much to cause the other one issue. Right up here. It really feels like a bad dream. Like I've been brought into an alternate reality, which is really saying something given where we were before. Let's minimize the amount of time we need to be away from the car. Okay, this one, when you jump, the horn honks. That's fairly harmless. And this one, when the headlights are off, lightning strikes nearby. That's kind of cool. They both seem to give the same breakdown rewards. Both decrease synergy by the same amount, which we can see on the top left. And that may actually be increasing, so we might have to make a decision soon. Let's just take that. That one's kind of interesting. Well, if you have an alternate way to get back to safety beyond limb gates, that's certainly something that's worth looking into. Oh, look at that. We can actually see it acting on our car. Let's try it. Ooh. Oh, that's not regular lightning either. So we're kind of incentivized to keep these things on. I hear something off to my left as well. Oh, it was that. Right, let's keep moving then. The introduction of a chemical anomaly. We may need a sealing kit, because this is really pulling hard to the right now. For a second, that almost looked like a scarecrow bowing its head. Right, keep to the road. This is kind of reminding me of certain segments of Days Gone right now. Okay, let's try this. We're not facing north, but if we go this way, then we are facing north. And we can see the lights start to dim. That one's not too devastating of an effect. Some of these may even be really helpful. It's actually a lot like the effects of artifacts in Stalker. Potentially passively damaging, but in certain circumstances it may be worth it. You guys made your own exit.
Our altar requires an artifact's power. Use one and bear witness to the power of the Harmonic Fellowship. But be prepared. You've not yet witnessed this version of the zone's raw energy.
I can't wait. Now, if we look on the top left, we see we have -6 synergy, and that bar is rising. Presumably, as it does, different effects will be enabled at each of those eye icons. I've played enough video games to make some assumptions. Sacrifice an artifact. Okay, not you. Which one? Shaded Shock should probably be the one to go. Hopefully that's as easy as you made it sound. Bounty of shadows. Well, here we go. Okay, up and over now. Yep. Oh, come on. I can't see where I'm going. Yeah, this looks like the way. Not like I have much choice. Down. Anything which gets me downhill and closer to my target would be nice. Oh, I would have liked to have fixed my wheel first. I don't know how much time I have. Oh, something's coming this way! What was that? Ow. Ow. I can barely steer this thing. And being off-road's not helping. Something's out here. I don't know if it was really there, but it certainly seemed real to me. We're so close. And we've made it. Something was standing there and disappeared the moment we hit it, but it doesn't seem to have done any damage.
For your incredible resolve, make use of what we've given you and open yourself up to great possibility together with us. It is an honor to welcome you into our fold. We're eager to share more with you.
This thing just lurched forward on its own, first of all. I think we've got some new quirks. Yep. Yep. It's definitely doing that. But, more to the point, it's like you were never here. You guys are practically like a voice in my head that silences all the others. Okay, well, maybe that's not entirely true. Steel doors. These are attuned parts. And we've got a new blueprint for crude doors. We can equip attuned parts to raise the car's synergy. So instead of something that is scientifically designed to withstand the dangers of the zone, we need something that works with it rather than against it. It's like we're starting from square one. It's still not an international incident if we don't tell anyone. There are a lot of Canadians in the world. Who's gonna miss 16? Okay, we need to give this a listen. Do we not do that here? Is there someplace we can play it? Oh, right, I'd forgotten. We can use this thing to passively repair parts. I forgot this existed. Okay, that'll be good going forward. Well, we definitely want to raise the car's synergy. I guess we might as well do it with the ones it's given us. There we go. And I guess that means we can spend more time before that stuff overtakes us. More time with more artifacts. I still need to listen to that tape, though. So now we've got those attuned parts. They're not in the best of shape, but that's fine. I'm not getting rid of these, though. We're going to put those in with the other things.
So, this is the 6th time you've been detained.
Yeah. So what?
Defacing government property, petty theft, attempting to administer illegal substances to an anomaly?
Didn't faze him. If you're curious.
You're racking up quite the record.
Ho! Do I get a prize?
You're in trouble, Mr. Whiteside.
What's Otter gonna do? Kick me out of the zone? Please. Oh, please get me on that cushy Otter van carting people out of here. I've been trying to get a ticket on that ride for years.
When did you enter the zone?
Spare me this act. It's all in your file, isn't it? You don't need to hear it from me.
You're right. But I'd like this session to be a conversation between us.
Well, I'd like to take a nap. But we can't have it all, can we?
14 years old. Moved to Sector B when you were 7, along with your mother and father. No high school graduation on file. I see your parents have divorced.
Beats me.
You don't live with them?
Nah, haven't for years.
I bet they'd be interested to hear about your latest artwork on the East Research Lab entrance.
They've never cared. Doubt they'll start now.
I can help you, Mr. Whiteside, if you let me. Just between you and me, in this file here, you've been recommended for assignment to sanitation detail.
So I'll clean toilets. Sounds like a blast.
Toilets on your lucky days. Radioactive anomaly residue on the others.
Good luck to them. They can tell me to hold a mop, but they can't force me to use it. So stamp the file saying we've met, so I can go back to my holding room.
Even better. Certain departments are looking for people like you. Your type makes for perfect anomaly bait. Maybe you won't care when you lose your first few fingers, but things get rough when you start losing a hand or two.
Wait. Nah, Arda doesn't do that to people.
Of course Arda doesn't, but a quota is a quota. And some departments overlook questionable practices to get the job done. You can't blame them, really. There's so much to do around here.
No, that's messed up. You can't let them do this to me. I didn't even choose to come here. My parents brought me here. It's their fault. I'm basically a hostage.
Let's not be dramatic. The minute your 7-year-old foot cleared that wall, you signed away your rights to Arda.
I didn't sign nothing.
Your parents signed for you. But like I said, I'm here to help.
I've been through 5 of you Ardagoons, and none of you has done a damn thing for me.
And that's why I requested your case. I can tell that you've got more to offer than sanitation detail. But you tell me, will you take this seriously now? Or should I stamp your file for reassignment and move on to my next case?
I'm listening.
Good. Now, I know someone who can help you. Do you know Gilly's gas station? The one in Sector 5?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Show up there on Thursday, 1700 sharp. Don't tell anyone where you're going. Arda personnel included. And Jack.
Yeah.
These might be the last cards you ever dealt. Play them right and you can start a new life here. One you might actually care about.
I'm so curious to know how this one story, this little moment in time from earlier on in the Zone's history, leads to what looks like magic we're experiencing now. Just as we get back into the groove, we learn there's a whole other side to the Zone that maybe even Appy didn't know about or didn't want us to know about. This story is all about the folly of human ambition and trying to tame something that can't be tamed, but what if there could be a more symbiotic relationship if only we learn what our place actually is? Well, finding the answers to that is unfortunately going to have to wait until next time. Until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.